just like this, but you got to be careful because that line, the line will get wrapped around sometimes. So when you're tying it, just make sure that that little twist lock, it doesn't get looped up and around inside of it. But I find these to be the best. They're the Zoom. It has to be the trick worm style. These are the red bug, which work good all the time. I just got these. They don't work very well at nighttime, but during the day, I've been killing them today. This is what I've been getting them with. It's the watermelon red. They're actually like a green, but they got little red flakes on them. And when the sun hits it, it turns them into like a blood red color. So, but it's the Zoom watermelon red for daytime when the sun is shining. The trick worm, there's different styles. And the reason I like the trick worm is because it's got this tail. It's got the tail at the end of it. So it's like a full-size worm with a tail at the end of it. This is the watermelon. But actually my favorite, I got these because I had to. The red plum, or the red bug. But I usually get the plum red. They almost look identical to it. This is the trick worm red bug. That's what I got, and they seem to be working well. But in the daylight, these weren't working for me and Riley the other night. But since it's daytime, really shiny and really well in the water with the red glitter inside the worm. But it is the Zoom trick worm. This is the watermelon red. This is the red bug, but I like the plum red the best. They're the plum red. So like I said, these Owner twist lock, it's a 3/0 with a 0 weight. I don't like the weight because the worm seems to work a little more naturally. So after I tie, like I said, you got to keep that line away from it. This little twist lock works perfect for it. You get one out, I'll do another one of the watermelon. But some of them have a really fine tip to the front. Like this has a bigger tip. But if you need more for that twist lock to go in, because you got to put it in straight or it'll start twisting out the side, I just took my finger and gave it a bigger butt right there, to where this twist lock right here. So what I do is I take this twist lock, center it in there, put it down in there, and squeeze it. Like I said, try to get it as straight as possible because it'll start going off to the side. What you want to do is get it most of the way up, but not all the way up to where it's touching the hook. But keep the flat bottom. There's a flat side to it. Keep that at the bottom. And then what I do is usually flip it over and I take the hook. And see how I measure it? I take my fingers and I measure it right there. So then I take the hook, go straight into the back where I measured it, and then straight out the top. And when you do, it's got to be perfect and straight. But see how that hook is perfectly straight? Set that in there like that. Like I said, weightless. You throw it out there. You let it sink to the bottom. Give it about 5, 6, 7 seconds. And then do a couple 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Not bang bang, but 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. What that worm is doing, it's going up, it's coming down, going back up, coming down. And then I wait for about maybe 10 seconds. And when I wait, I just take my reel and I flip it to get rid of the slack. Because if you don't get rid of the slack, you can't do the 1 o'clock again. So 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Let the reel, take in the slack. And then 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, slack, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. And dude, I'm telling you, they strike it all the time. But like I said, this watermelon, red, them little red flakes, and during the sunlight, you'll see it when you put it in the water just in front of you and play with it to see how you want that worm to do. I mean, it shines real well, but as it starts getting darker, if it's cloudy, I don't recommend this one. I'd go to the plum red or the red bug. But see where it says on there, it's got to be the trick worms, man. They cannot pass them up.